The gothic horror film Interview with the Vampire is very good. It still holds up all these years later, and quite frankly, there is a strong story within this one as well. Based on Annie Rice's 1976 book of the same name, a young man named Louis is turned into a vampire by Lestat in the late 1700s. So this movie follows not only their time together, but also a young Claudia being turned into a vampire as well. And so Louis tells his story to a San Francisco reporter in the present day, telling the reporter a lot of things he's done as a vampire in the past 2 centuries. And from there is one of the best vampire movies in my opinion. Now to be honest, I only seen this movie twice as of this recording. But I will say the performances are really good, the story is great, and the character development is nicely done. Like, for example, when Louis becomes a vampire, he keeps his humanity. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. And despite the fact he is this undead creature, he doesn't want to go around causing mayhem like Lestat does. When it comes down to it, this one is now one of my favorite vampire movies. It's entertaining, it's watchable, and overall, it's just a compelling film with a well-rounded story and very interesting characters. The characters in this film makes this one really special in my opinion. Tom Cruise does an amazing job playing Lestat. He's this psychotic vampire. And so in the beginning of the movie when he attacks Louis, he gives Louis a choice. Either die or become a moral vampire. And of course, Louis is a complex character. Brad Pitt did such a terrific job. He lost his wife and unborn child. He's despondent. So he actually agrees to be turned into this vampire, but he doesn't realize the horrors that come with it. In fact, he is so serious about not killing an innocent person, he literally drinks animal blood. Kind of reminds me of Stephen Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries, who did the exact same thing. Now, quite frankly, when Kirsten Dunst shows up as Claudia, then the movie gets really interesting because the 3 of them, they go on this adventure, they live for decades. And quite frankly, just seeing that Claudia can never grow up to be a grown woman, she never have a normal life because of Louis and Lestat ruined her life. And well, it's just such a complex relationship between the 3. Antonio Banderas did such a great job playing Armand. He is the leader of a vampire coven. And so when Claudia and Louis shows up later on in the movie, then they try to seek his help. And well, that's where things get crazy. Now, honestly, this movie has some good visual effects, especially for the vampire makeup. The blue veins, I really thought that was a cool effect. And not just that though, but honestly, while I'm not familiar with the source material that this film is based off on, I do know there is a TV series that came out on AMC last year. Haven't checked it out, but I heard good things about it. At the end of the day, while this film does get dark at times, it still has such a compelling narrative that it stands above a lot of the vampire films out there. And quite frankly, just the mere fact how the film ends makes the movie all the more interesting to say the least. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. A story of love, betrayal, loneliness, and hunger. This one did a good job of making you sympathize with Louis because even though he wanted to be a vampire, he actually comes to regret it 2 centuries later. And even though he had loved Claudia as a daughter, initially he never wanted her to become a vampire in the first place. Nonetheless, this one is considered by a lot of people a cult classic, and it will still be talked about many years from now. And that is my review of Interview with the Vampire. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.